Okay, so I was very, 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 very close to dropping out of university. And I'm about to share with you guys why. Well, this is obviously, as usual, I'm talking to whoever is willing to listen. Hopefully, what I share with you today will be able to help in one way or another. So, see, the thing is, I joined university in Uganda, and yeah, it was interesting. It was good, but beyond, let's say, it was a 3-year course, or at least it was supposed to be, but then COVID happened, so it was really extended. I think I spent about 4 years in uni doing a 3-year course because of COVID, lockdown and whatever. So I joined this program, and I could say that within like the first year was like the only thing that actually sort of challenged me mentally, also physically, but mentally. Everything that happened after that really was not, what's the word? I'm trying to be polite. But everything that happened after that, it's like, okay, I'm very sure the people I studied with have got their own experiences and their own perspectives when it comes to how they handled university and whatever. But for me, like personally, it reached a point where, okay, because I was the kind of person who was doing a lot outside university, I ended up outgrowing it much, much faster, if I may say. And the things that were being lectured at uni were not really, I want to be very careful with how I say this, but anyway, for lack of a better terminology, I'm going to say we're a bit backward from where I sort of had reached. And this majorly manifested after, or was made very clear to me after, should I say, the first lockdown, which was like 2021 or something. I don't know. Yeah, but whatever, after the first lockdown, it was sort of made like very clear that, because I was doing a lot of learning outside the lecture room setting and outside the so-called group discussions, I was doing a lot of learning because of the things I had to do, because of the things I had chosen to do, and all the things I had decided to pursue. So like when it came to uni, oftentimes I had to dial it down, to tone down what it is that I knew in order to accommodate the university standards, which to me, it reached a point and it was, no offense, but okay, maybe it's offensive. It was rubbish. Me having to tone down the things I know because of the standards of the university and how the other students are, and how the lectures are being formulated and whatever. It was a bit of a turn off. And by the time I reached, let's say, about second year, I was irritated. Like, I knew I had outgrown it, but then I was still in it, and then I had to put up with all that because a point reached and there was really no more value addition in terms of what I'm gaining from university. I couldn't see it beyond making new friends and well having time. Actually, I didn't have time. To be honest, I didn't have time because I was running businesses and again studying, and the studying that was going on was really not it was not should I say value additive in a way at a certain point, because I learned too quick and I sort of surpassed whatever it is that was going on in the university. At least the way the lectures and the information was structured, I was ahead of that. So it felt like a burden. It felt like it was dragging me, you know. The only reason, okay, there are like two reasons, but one of the reasons I actually decided to, you know, stick it out till the end was as on government sponsorship. So in my mind, I'm like, oh, well, the government is paying me to study, so what the hell, I might as well just finish, you get it? And then the second reason was, I mean, for anyone out there who is of African origin and you have African parents, you know that they find immense pride in, you know, that degree. You get what I'm saying? Now, especially my old woman, my mother, she finds, you know, to her it's like in a way it's like how she measures her success that her children have studied. So I did not want to let her down by dropping out. So I ended up staying. I was like, you know what? I'll find a way to make it work. I'll find a way to make the businesses work. I'll find a way to make this university thing work. Truth be told, the university thing, very irritated. I just, as not seeing it. It was a pain for a while, you know. But eventually I ended up sticking to it to completion because of those two reasons majorly. One, I was being paid to study. It was free, like, and yes, I was being paid because I was on government sponsorship. Two, my mom, you know, I wanted her at least to have that. In a way, it was my gift to her, you get. So that is why I didn't I was so close to dropping out of university. Now, I'm sure a number of you out there probably either can relate or you're probably going through the same situation. I'm not yet 100% sure about the demographic that watches these videos, but well, I know for a fact that those who watch them are willing to listen. Yeah, but probably you can get something from it. I managed to do it. To be honest, moving out, like even while I was at uni, like the degree, at least this far in my life, has not helped at all. All the money I've ever made and all the money I continue to make has got nothing to do with the fact that I somehow graduated from uni with a second class upper. All that is practically useless in a way. Like, no one really asks about that shit, and it's that kind of situation where, like, really, you know, it's at least based off the things I do, it's more of, you know, can you actually get stuff done? Can you produce certain results? Blah, blah, blah. It's never about, oh, did you go to uni? And so maybe it's cause, anyway, if possible, I would Like university, I'm really not a huge advocate for university, to be honest. I feel like there are better ways to learn. It's overrated and overpriced at this point in time. Like, most of the things I learned, most of the things I know, and the things that I have managed to make money out of and continue to make money out of have got nothing to do from what was taught to me within those lecture rooms. Nothing. Everything, all the success I've had this far and all the success I continue to have and I am going to continue having is because of my own personal initiative to go beyond what is given, to continue learning. So I guess it brings me to a point of being a lifelong student. Many times, most of us think that learning only can happen in a classroom. And I get it. I actually empathize with that mode of thought, because that's how we've been programmed. I cannot say for a fact that that's the intention of the education system, although I could also imply that it could be the intention. I don't want to go into conspiracies right now, but it's sort of how we've been programmed, you know, to sort of go about the whole learning process in that manner. Most people out there can only, we call it being spoon-fed. You can only, you do not actively seek out new knowledge to enhance yourself as a person, and that can be very problematic. It can cause you to stunt in terms of growth of mind, you know, and without proper growth of mind, you find yourself caught up in a sort of haze, a sort of foggy situation whereby you are a slave to whatever it is that people will you to be. You get what I'm saying? Like, you become just an empty vessel that other people who have a vision or who have a mission can utilize or use to get whatever it is that they want. And that's the harsh reality of this world. There are always those who bear vision, and there'll be those who all they do is, you know, they're like puppets, you know, and then they're the puppet masters. So all they are is to like be controlled by those who have a vision in order for them to execute and actualize their vision. But I'm guessing the people who watch these videos are not one of those people. So anyway, so to cut the long story short, that is why I almost dropped out of university. Very, very close, if you asked me. And I would not regret it, to be honest. The dropping out bit. As a disclaimer, I did have some very good lecturers out there at university. Although, in spite of the fact that there were some good lecturers, the system was structured in such a way that they had to play by the rules of the system. There's so little that they could do outside the set structures, the set parameters, and it really wasn't their fault. You get what I'm saying? It really wasn't their fault at all. But they were brilliant minds, but somehow they were within the system and they had to play by those rules. And I do understand that, and I feel very empathetic towards that. I really do understand. But personally, it wasn't giving. So I was very close to dropping out. They didn't, but do with this information as you will. So yeah.